Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So it's been snowing outside a lot, kind of stuck in the house, not a whole lot to do. So what we decided to do is pull out the 2024 R1 car I'm going to be running. I kind of built it late in the year last year to get my car started, but we have some updates that we're going to be working on, some new stuff from R1. We got the R1 wide chassis, which is pretty stiff. It's wider. I mean, I really like it. There's just no flex in the thing whatsoever. So we're going to slap that on there. We got some parts to build a new differential with. And we are going to be using, pardon me, our nice little suction tool here to do that with. We got some new toe blocks from R1 for the rear that we're going to be putting on, which can make life a lot easier because you don't have to take the transmission off or anything, or the rear arms off to work on the transmission. You have the drill kit with the hub kit with the hub pins. Hopefully this will prevent us from stripping some stuff out on the rear tires. We have some aluminum shock towers for the rear and for the front. We have the new wheelie bar. It's a little bit longer, lightweight. The wheelie bar aluminum bracket. We have some of this fancy stuff here I think put on the ball joints to try to make it a little tighter. And we have the new R1 wheelie bar adjuster. I'm really looking forward to having this, guys, because I hate carrying a wrench up to the line. So awesome job R1 on making this. Like I said, we're going to be running Futaba this year, so we are actively learning and educating ourselves on that, trying to understand the differences between this and the M17. And we will continue to kind of show you guys as we move along how the R1 build is going. I'm not going to videotape or record everything because you guys know how to do this stuff. But R1 works. You can get all this stuff, most of the stuff. If it's out of stock, it usually comes back in stock pretty quick. The wheelie bar, this is about the only thing we've ever ran that's personally ours, that case we used to manufacture, is the wheelie bar. And you guys can see that this one is longer, not to mention it will sit right here, so it's about 2 inches longer, which will be real nice. We also are going to be running V2s this year. We actually have V1s and V2s, but this will be the first time I give these guys a shot this year. I'm looking forward to trying those and using them. I'd be willing to bet that Voodoo's never let us down, so I appreciate that. They keep innovating tires, and you know, it's just things that keep making life easier day after day after day that we keep doing this. Still going to work on a Mud Boss truck for local racing here. That's going to be interesting. We're into everything here. We do it all. I don't ever sit still. We're always racing something or working on something in this household. Speedrun cars, we'll start working on those as we get closer to a little bit warmer weather. And hopefully we get a road that we can race on this year. But we're going to get started. Our next, like I said, next project is going to be this one here. So guys, stay tuned. We'll get some video of this thing and get it put together and show you guys exactly how we have it set up. Thanks for watching, guys. Alright guys, we're going to start working on this diff. So let's start getting our parts out. You gotta forgive me, I have severe arthritis in my hands, so we don't work as fast as we used to. The one thing I like about R1 parts is the tolerances, guys. They're just perfect every time. You don't have to worry about a thing with these things. What I do recommend is that you take your time when doing this stuff and making sure that you do it right the first time. I know when we all get stuff in, we all want to rush and get it put together and enjoy it, but that's not the right way of doing this. The right way is to make sure you know what you're doing, take your time, do it once, do it only once, and make sure you're doing it the right way. Alright, so far we have the diff housing, diff screws, diff seal, and rubber O-rings. Got diff shims in this package, which some of these I use, some I do not. I like my diff to be nice and tight, but I don't want it where it doesn't have any play. Our out drives, and if you guys didn't know, they have an out drive unit that goes on the outside now that is brand new to the market. I have not gotten mine yet. Sure, they will be ordered here shortly. Just seen them on the website, unless I saw the wrong thing. Trusty R1 stickers. Sorry about that. There we go. And all of our internal gears. Bar shims and screws. The one thing I do like to do is oil everything before I put it together, or while I'm assembling it, all these O-rings and stuff. Why? Because all it takes is one little tear on these O-rings and they are shot. It is so hard to see these little itty bitty ones. Put your O-ring in there. Okay, that's one. One O-ring on the outside of each diff. Like I said, I like to put oil. Sorry guys, probably blocking the view there. Going the wrong way. I'm not all the way around. Okay. And I like to put that in there and give it a little spinny spin. A little oil on the inside. A little spin, make sure we're good to go. Alright. Okay. Next thing we are going to do is a pair of needle nose. And I do not have my right glasses on. You see this? But we are going to feed the needle nose down in there. Trying to show this to you. I kind of try to feed in there just like that, guys. Make sure it's even. Nope. Dummy here forgot his stupid shim. Just to show you, we do not make mistakes. But we do. the very bottom of there, guys, by the way, there's a little lip that's shaved off that one side. Big washer. And I just kind of rotate till the gear falls down on there. Make sure that you got your okay, there we go. It's first half. So now we're going to put our big shim on this half. Once again, you can see there's 3 bumps and a hole right there. So you line up your hole, drop that in there, line that up right in the middle, and drop your gear. Good to go. Last but not least, people might agree or disagree with this, but I like to put a little oil on my seal to hold it into place. And I'm going to hold it where it doesn't drop off, just long enough to put it together. Alright. Next part we're going to be doing is these guys here. So there's several different ways to do this, depending on what you want to do. These little itty-bitty seals here, they go on the back of this bad boy, just like that. Little oil washer and just your gear, and same thing on the other side. Your gear, rubber, your little O-ring, little oil, and your washer. Alright, that is pretty much done. You can just drop it down in like that, spread it apart, whatever works for you. Me personally, that's the way I like to do it. Just makes things a little bit easier for me. Get your gears in place. And I rotate the shaft around with the needle nose. Just my way of doing things. Gears are down in there. Everything's set nice and flush. Last part you're going to build is your gear, your tiny O-ring, which is almost impossible to see with eyes like mine, your washer, on the other side, your gear, O-ring, a little bit of oil, and your washer. And put that in there, drop it down in there, spread your gears. There we go. One complete diff. Alright, so next thing you're going to do, if you guys have not done this, this is all new to me. My son Mason did it the other day off camera with his own diff and was our test dummy. He put his diff gear in here. Basically, you hook your 2-cell battery to this thing. And you're going to take your 200,000. Got to find what they did with it. Everybody moves everything when they come in here. Okay. This is what I use, is 200,000. And a lot of people will tell you they use 500 and everything else, the heavier weights. Well, that is good. I mean, they can use what works for them. I'm going to use what works for me. But I have always been one person to get all of the air out of my diffs. So if you have 200,000, in my opinion, and you have a 500,000 in a diff, they're going to act differently, right? Yeah. But if a 200,000 is full and a 500,000 is half full, they're going to act differently. So put this bad boy on here. Screw your top tight. Hit your button. You just kind of watch it. And it takes about 30 minutes. And you'll see the air start to come up over time. And you'll actually have to put more fluid in it because it'll suck it down. And you have to do this 2 or 3 times. And once it's ready, you just put it together. Make sure use some Loctite on your diff screws. Put it together, and it is done. Don't forget your seal. Well, that's the first little episode of what we're going to do. I'll turn this off so you guys can hear me better. Sorry about that. First little episode of what we're going to do for our spring racing for 2024. Thanks for watching, guys, and I appreciate the viewing.